Okay, I had to come on and just talk about this. You can tell I've been writing a lot and I do have more videos and posts planned for you, but this has been coming up so much since I posted the money abundance triggers video and then this post on Instagram that says the discomfort that comes from your triggers is the path to your financial abundance. I know. And the more conversations that I have, and the more that people have been reaching out to me about it, and the more that I've been exploring this for myself, I can see that, of course, there are outside in things that we can do to learn about money, to learn about investing and managing money. And that is a whole different topic. We're really focusing on this channel, everything from the inside out. This is really about what is showing up in our lives, in our faces, really. This is more of the like, what is in your face that you wish you could run away from, get away from, fly away from, and maybe sometimes you do, but then you come back and it's still there. And how this is really the direct doorway to your freedom. And freedom always equals financial abundance, because when we're relaxed and when we're free, things can flow into us. And so we're just focusing on money, but like other things in life, like love, etc., can trigger this same deal. Um, and we're focusing on money because money is that thing that can cause us to get so worked up and worried and tense. And it's got so much information as to the direct path to our freedom, which we could also call healing, awareness, a raise in consciousness. These things are all alike. These things are all the vertical way that we would, one, raise our vibration, two, just live from a different psychological, mental perspective, and three, create harmony in our lives. And this is where we're really going with this. It's like, is it that we need to something to change in order for us to feel better, or in order for us to like start living like, once I have money I'll do this, or once I'm not broke I'll do this, or once I have money I'll be free and I can have this relationship that I want, or do this or do that. It's the same thinking that we could just copy and paste into anything, right? Like if I once I lose weight, I'll dress nicely, or I'll wear clothes I like. Or once I lose weight, I will be ready for, I'll be able to be loved or be in a relationship. Or, none of this is true, of course, in the sense that it's just creating limitations. Oh, and I did want to say that in the last video that I did, which was the money abundance triggers shadow work, if you watched that one and you saw me see like a wildlife, something run past me, it was a bobcat. Because after the video, I saw it again. It was like a little bobcat, no lie. So that was kind of cool. There is often a rabbit sitting out there or coming by every once in a while as well, which I love. Like I love having that in my space. Yeah. So we're really looking at two things. The discomfort that's coming up for us, that's showing us the path to the riches, and two, the perceptions that we're living from, that's putting something needing to change in our life, in our world, in order to. And this is really easy to catch. It's really easy to catch, and no judgment. We all do it. We've been taught to think we need something outside of ourselves in order to. And so, no judgment, right? but it's actually easy to spot if you were looking for it, right? So it's basically if you find yourself thinking or saying, I need this in order to, or for that to happen, or I'll be happy when, I'll live my life when, I'll uh I'll do this when, like obviously there's things in life that are like that. Like if you're in school and you need the diploma to get a certain job, yeah. Like, so don't come at me with that because we're not talking about the logical, analytical, practical. We're talking about how the mind tends to think in the logical, analytical, practical when it's something that is not solved in the logical, analytical, practical part of the being part of the mind. So this isn't about, yes, practically you need to put on your underwear before you put on your pants. This is more how then we tend to use that same thinking for uh for things that require a different approach. That it's not so simply once you have this, you have this. And I mean, this is what I have seen many times over the years of working so much with weight health and weight loss. When someone has gotten there, they've lost the weight and they're still not happy. They still don't love themselves or they still don't feel good because it's never really about that. Like, and oftentimes that's why the weight comes back. And it's the same with money, right? People will, what do they say? Like the percentage of people that win the lottery that blow it all. And like I can relate to that. The more money that I made, it didn't matter from 4 figures to 5 figures to 6 figures. When my money energy was just the same, I would always somehow have the same money, the same amount of money. Or like as it much as it came in, I could spend it. And that's when we start to see it's never really about the money. It's about not just the patterns or the habits, but like the thinking. And especially if you're someone that's creating first generational wealth, or you're the first one, to in your family to like really uh, live provide for your life needs and your children's or your family's needs off of your own business. Think about all of the unlearning that is happening or has to happen in order for us to be financially free. Even just this idea of being the first generation wealth creator or doer or maker. And I know for myself, I didn't learn about creating wealth as a child. I'm still learning about the difference. I mean, now I know the difference, but I'm still learning how do you create wealth, not just how do you create enough to live a nice lifestyle, right? Or like what I would say is a healthy lifestyle, because let's face it, being healthy costs money. Getting body work, healing work, counseling, eating healthy, all of this costs money. Using less toxic products. So being healthy costs more in our world. I mean, that's a whole nother rant for a whole nother day about, why would why would it cost less to have more pesticides on? Why would it cost less to have more pesticides on our food? But we know that's the whole thing. But instead of worrying about, or instead of even really concerning ourselves about, oh, it costs more to be healthy, we start to look at how can we attract that wealth? How can we create that wealth so we have what we need to be healthy, to fund our health, to fund our healthy lifestyles and those that we love. And this is where we're going with this abundance. Health is wealth and wealth is health. And there's so many things that I'll expand on from things I've said today because there's so many directions. But just to keep it simple for today, that's my encouragement for you, which is to just start to consider those two things. Just start to notice your discomfort or like any triggers that are coming up around money. And when you're feeling that type of way, just see if you can be with that. You can even let yourself know that uh you're open to hearing or you're open to listening. You can write it out. That's what I do. I write, and information comes to me from my subconscious. Um, you can have a coaching conversation. I mean, this is really what I do in my coaching conversations, where we can get to the layers and the wisdom and the information in your triggers that are coming up for you around money or love. I do a lot around love too. And then the second thing you can do is really start to notice your what you say and what you think in terms of your perceptions of outside in. Like if you're really thinking that you need something to change in order for you to be, that's huge, right? That's huge because that's such program thinking to think that we need something to be different in order to be happy, in order to be free, in order to have love, in order to have money. These are all just barriers that we put up towards attracting in more. So I'll leave it at that, as I know this could be a topic for days. Share your thoughts in the comments. And I will come back to this and just pick some pieces out because there's some really juicy bits in here that we could talk more about. And let me know if there's anything that you'd like me to speak to on this or anything. And please like, subscribe, share if you feel like this would be valuable for somebody that you know and love. And thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to keep exploring this topic of money. Ciao for now.